called for? Come on, Libby.
No.
Yes.
She just took you out at the knees, one shot.
Wow. I guess we need to get some tooth chains.
And that's how the new assistants roll.
Yeah. You know Backstreet Boys? No.
Yes, I do.
I wasn't born
actually
then.
do.
Take him out at the kneecaps.
You sure did.
One fell swoop. I don't have my phone, darling.
Can you see her?
I cannot see myself. I don't have a phone.
We have Miss Brittany Brandon.
Brittany Brandon in
They are
Miami.
live from Miami.
Woo woo.
We got
Brittany.
Backstreet Boys, Brittany. We got no Johnny Cash and Johnny Paycheck like your band has. All right, folks, it's about 1 o'clock. It's about that time, as my guy says. Guys, it is 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock?
Well, hold on. You look sideways.
My
Can our
sideways,
audience
my
hear us
crooked.
and see us?
Crooked.
Is Jessica?
You tell me when
Where's
we're
like-
good. Hey, we got to do this right. He's watching. He's watching.
Tommy says, "Hey, kid."
Hey, hey, GTT.
All right, share.
Can't do it without you, baby.
Share publicly live. All right, here we go. Are we ready? Hey guys, it's 1 o'clock, and it is Real Estate 101 with your new co-host, Katrina the Storm Walter, and the guy you look forward to seeing every week, aka the Weatherman. We want to salute our guy that's down in Miami. Him and Brittany Brandon going to see his mentor, which is what our topic is about today. So guys, like always, before we get started, we want to welcome you. We need you to like and share. We always give away a $25 Alley on Main gift card if you do those two things. In the studio audience, you can't see them. We probably have about 45 or 55 people.
At least.
At least. And Libby and Kathleen is right here with us taking many photos. So guys, we thank you for tuning in. So now we go to the Storm from Louisiana to give you our sponsorship.
Hey, hey, guys. We're bringing you our most wonderful sponsors, the best of the best, of course. That's all we do business with around here. We'll lead off with Miss Belinda Arender with Iberia Bank Mortgage. Sure can't do it without her. She's pulled a few amazing things out of her hat the last couple weeks, hasn't she, Stevens?
She has done very, very well.
She has outdone herself and set a record last month, and I am forecasting she's going to set one this month as well, so y'all want to keep a watch on her. Has got us hammered and taken care of with Farm Bureau Insurance.
Oh, we're back live. Oh, we're back live. Hey, folks. Tommy has jinxed our studio. He done that on purpose before he left. He knew that we were going to. Sean, are we back on live?
We are back on live. I hear it echoing over there. So Roy Frazier is our man with Farm Bureau. Is going to take care of all your home insurance needs. If you need breakfast, hit up him, Stephen and Tommy, any morning of the week. They're all camped out having breakfast, and sometimes John Jones is along for the ride as well. Lastly, but certainly not least, for all your property management needs, you need to check out our man, Scott Abernathy himself. You might recall he was a recent co-host with us.
I think he choked. Did he choke?
Honey,
I wasn't here.
He tore up the whole set.
That's what I heard. He
destroyed the whole
he's
set.
a destroyer.
Yes. So, and certainly, our heartfelt thanks go out to John Jones Real Estate always, the big man himself who makes everything possible for us up here. We sure appreciate you, John.
Okay, I can't see. You have to let us know who's chiming in. So let us know. I think the big Kahuna's on here. Brittany Brandon. Hey, you know our guy GTT is watching. Hey, look at us outshine, you big guy.
Hey, check out Two Baby Blues today.
Hey, look at here. Look at
Baby
here.
Blues.
Look at here. Hey, you in trouble. He's up there drinking orange juice and seltzer water, getting ready for his big debut. So, guys, what our topic is this week, as far as we always like to have things real estate involved. So, what we've come up with today is a couple different things. One of them is why is it important to have a mentor in your life in the real estate market. Joshua Blackman is on here, so great to have you on here as well. I've seen your name pop up. So we're going to go bounce back and forth on the importance of a mentor in real estate. And now you can take these things for whatever you're involved in, because there's several kind of mentorships. Are we on airplane?
You're on live.
You need to put me on airplane at the top, babe.
Hey guys, we're going to have about a 10-second delay to put us on airplane. Can we do that, or is it not going to let us do it? If we do it, I don't want to mess it up. It makes it cute. Tommy, what did you do, GTT? He
Hi, folks.
Hey!
Hey, in unison, how good was
Hey,
that?
that was perfect. This is what happened with Straight from the Gut. We've got some wireless issues going on, but guys, hey, we're not going to let our big guy down. GTC, are you freaking out in Miami? This is your baby. Are you getting nuts? Okay, so guys, let's go back to how important, and please like and share and comment. We'd love to hear your input. So if you have to let us know, Kathleen, because mine is the same way. I'm having trouble with mine. So guys, here's one of the things I want to read to you that Zig Ziglar wrote. A lot of people have gone further than they thought they could because someone thought they could. So let me break that down for you. What that means is other people see the potential that you cannot see in yourself. So anytime you get into real estate business, you have to have somebody that kind of talks to you, mentors you, that's not scared to give you the tough conversations. So I definitely have mentors in my life. GTT is a mentor of mine because he has no problem telling me how great he is and how far I am to catch up with him. So one of the things you want to have with a good mentor is somebody that will hold you accountable.
Yes.
And Katrina, let's ask you, so how important do you think to have a great mentor in real estate?
I think it's everything. There's such a misconception that you're going to go to school for real estate, you're going to go for your licensing, and you're going to come out and you're going to know everything you need to know. And absolutely nothing could be further from the truth. You're going to know law and you're going to know rules. Mm-hmm. You are not going to know how to take care of your clients. You're not going to know contracts.
Right.
You're not going to know a tenth of what you need to know. And when you partner with someone who is like Tommy, and will be honest,
yes,
and will be authentic, and is not afraid to have someone come up and do really well, not
mm-hmm.
threatened by that, then you're going to make 10 times the progress that you would ever make trying to hash it out on your own.
I agree totally. We're going to go now. We're going to switch over to Tommy. Does everybody know where he's going?
He's at the beach right now.
But is it a surprise where he's
at
going?
the beach right now.
He's going to meet his mentor.
Okay, exactly right. So it's okay.
Yes.
So GT, I'm going to tell on you. So Tommy actually has the opportunity to meet his mentor this weekend, and that's why we are called in here to take over, which I think we're going to redo the table here and put the storm and the weatherman sign
I
up.
think so. We've already got a little.
We already got on order. But he
Yeah.
is actually going to personally meet Grant Cardone. And to anybody in the real estate world, Grant Cardone is a big iconic figure because he is a go after it, get it kind of a guy. And Tommy teaches a class that Grant does every week. We have several people come, call it Mastering Mondays, which is overcoming objections. And this guy is a no nonsense kind of guy that's turned his wealth from hardly anything to probably $150 million. So GTT, way to go. I would love to be able to say one day that I get the opportunity to leave Murfreesboro, fly to Miami, and sit hand in hand with Grant Cardone. Only a guy with a big vision
Yes.
and big ideas can even take those steps. And that's why I think he's a mentor to us, because what he does for us, and that's what mentors do, he gives us, if he can do it, we can do it.
Exactly.
And so what a mentor should do is show you what to do and then do it better than the last guy.
Right, exactly. There is so much value to coming in to a mentor who is not afraid to say, you know, this area is not my strength. Let me push you to this person. This person is strong in this area. And then for this other item, go over here, learn here. And then keep pushing you and encouraging
Yes.
you to keep learning. Because if it's someone who just wants to keep you status quo, then they're not really mentoring you. If they're always telling you everything's good, everything's fine, they're not mentoring you. Someone who truly cares about you and your success is going to have the hard conversations with you every time.
I agree totally. One of the reasons that I didn't like a mentor for a long time, and I'll use me as an example because one of the things that we have learned, hey, from our mentor, hashtag GTT, is be very vulnerable. Be real. Let it out. I mean, don't make excuses. So one of the hardest things for me was pride. I put up this wall because I didn't want anybody to think that I wasn't successful. I didn't want anybody to think that I couldn't do it. So I wanted to put up this fake facade. And so what happened is, finally I sat down, and I don't mind telling my mentor, and every decision I've ever made in real estate, my mentor is a guy named Stephan James, which used to be a pastor, which is a friend of mine, is somebody that will tell me the things I do not want to hear. And so I sat down with Stephan on several different occasions. Before I came to this job here, Stephan's who I sat down with, and he encouraged me to come here. And so, but he has no problem telling me the tough things about me that I don't like to hear. Like, I have to be more organized. I don't like to hear that. Hey, so what I've done, instead of being more organized, I've hired Libby. So hey, sometimes there's a way around doing those things. So what we definitely want to do is the importance of mentorship. And if you're building a real estate business, Katrina touched base. We have over 2,000 real estate agents in this market, and everybody's out there buying and selling. And so they're grabbing somebody off Zillow, they're grabbing somebody off Trulia. They don't know what they're even getting involved in. So everybody thinks, hey, I'm going to get my real estate license, I'm going to go out and make $100,000, and boom, bada bing, here we go, get rich quick. Guys, that's not how it is in real estate. In real estate, there's patterns and things you have to go by. It took me a long time to even learn how to write a contract. You know, and even to this day, I've been in 11 years, but I hate to say it, I still don't know what the whole contract says.
You know what's bad? You're busting the HGTV bubble. Show them 3 houses and they pick one. Come on.
There you go. That's right.
Come on.
That's right.
Wouldn't it be great if life was really that way? If you are truly an agent working for your clients, you are busting it. And I don't mean just in looking and finding. I'm talking about in your ethics, in your education, in constantly having to push and stay ahead of the game, how to have conversations.
Absolutely. And when you're out there learning this new thing, I encourage everybody that's new agent, they call me up and they say, hey, what advice do you have to give? Had a conversation the other day with somebody. I said, go find somebody that's very successful in real estate. Buy them lunch, ask to shadow them, and then ask them, if you get along, to mentor you. To let them tell you what you're doing wrong. And guess what? For the first 2 years, you're probably going to do everything wrong. You know, it's a huge learning curve in real estate. There's so many things that change. There's so much paperwork now that used to not be here. And there's so many agents. And not to mention, we're in probably the strongest market we have ever been in Rutherford County. And so you have all these new agents that are network, that are writing these crazy offers, that don't understand. And what you're starting to see is you're starting to see a group of agents that are working together with the same amount of agents. And some of these newer guys are getting left out, not because you don't know what you're doing, because you're not proving yourself or you don't have anybody vouching for you. And don't take that the wrong way, because I was that way for a long time. And finally I had somebody to show me. I had guys like Dan Elam, even Mitchell Bowman. Scott Zeller, who was here earlier, is probably one of the most organized real estate agents I've ever met.
He's on the ball.
I mean, he puts all of his documents in the contract. He even labels in the stipulations. I never even knew that special stipulation, not the exhibits and addendums, is where you're supposed to type in all the things that's added to the contract. I learned that from Scott. Been doing it a long time. So Scott is a great guy to mentor you. GTT is a great guy. We're just not going to give him up. And Brittany Brandon says something very, very powerful. Be yourself.
Every time.
Oh my gosh. Be yourself. Don't try to be the $1 million guys on New York $1 million listings. Don't try to be the house flippers. Don't try to be John Jones. Don't try to be GTT. Don't try to be the Storm. Don't try to be Baby Blues.
Tommy said that he's taught you so well that he's afraid that you guys are going to take over the show.
He knows, and that's the too much sun. So definitely be yourself and be authentic, because guess what? We have 200,000 people almost in Rutherford County, and I guarantee there's 50 to 100 people a year that are just like you that want to do business with you.
Exactly.
And so now
Our favorite landscaper just joined, Joey Holt,
That's-
for all of your
right.
landscaping needs.
There you go.
Joey Holt.
There you go, Mr. Joey Holt.
Hey, Libby join. Go ahead, Katrina.
something we need to keep in mind is, and this applies to all areas of life, which you alluded to when we first started. I can sit here in my little world amongst the chaos of real estate or my church or my family, and I see what I think is a complete picture. Newsflash, it's probably not a complete picture. So it takes someone like Tommy or Grant Cardone or Coach Michael Bird coming alongside of you, looking in to give you a fresh perspective. That fresh perspective is invaluable. I've got people call me and they'll go, oh, you're just naturally talented. No, I spent a lot of hours making John Jones and Tommy Davidson absolutely stark raving mad, right along with Michelle. I drove them nuts.
Asking questions and questions and questions.
And dogging them every step of the way. And so if you do statistics are the average agent will roughly do 10 to 12 a year. Those aren't great numbers if you're wanting to make a living.
That's right. That's very true.
So how do you duplicate it to where you're doing it exponentially? How do you beat those odds? Well, you beat those odds by being open and receptive, because having a mentor and not listening is going to get you absolutely nowhere.
Exactly right. And what mentors have, Shane Ray, glad to see you, Shane Ray. What's happening?
Kahuna AC.
Big Kahuna. Kahuna AC. Hey guys, I gotta give a shout out to my boy Nate Thompson. He always makes me look pretty, and he's a fantastic guy there at Nate's Barbershop. But what a mentor does is a mentor obviously has probably most of the time been through what you have been through. So they have experience in those things. And so what they can do, they can tell you without you learning the hard way. The reason we learn the hard way is because we're stubborn, we're prideful, we're ego, and I still am learning the hard way. It took me 2 years to hire an assistant, and now I just hired one. And hey, she's a freaking rock star. So you're going to see me all over the place. And guess who is training her? Sparkle. So we got some great things going on. So guys, remember, a mentorship is very, very powerful. Don't be scared to pay for a mentor. If you can't get a mentor to do it, Coach Burt has a saying, everybody needs a coach in life. Coach Burt was definitely a big influence on GTT as far as Joey Richardson and John Jones, Tony Woodall. He'll tell you his mentors throughout his career, and you can watch all this guy was as straight from the gut on Thursday night. What we had to do is Tommy told us about every 5 or 6 minutes we have to plug him. So if you keep hearing me plug him, it's just in order for us to be able to host the show, we have to plug him. So if I fall short, Kathleen, say 5 minutes, plug GTT.
We do have a question from the audience.
Love to have it.
Okay. How would you seek out a mentor if you're already surrounded by one?
Oh, well, this is what I would do.
Or, excuse me, the audience changed their question.
If
you are not surrounded by one.
Okay, then there's several ways to do it. Whatever field you're in, I don't know what field you're in.
This will be real estate.
Real estate.
GTT.
GTT. Then you find the George Weeks or the Bud Georges or the Courtney Yates or the Ann Holtz, or you go after the ones that are strong. And then if they won't do it with you, then you start looking at the real estate coaches. And then or you start looking at, hey, this is a great thing. HomeSnap has a free app for all of you smartphone people. It tells you the successful real estate agents. Find one. Obviously, they're doing something right that they'll let you know. Most great real estate agents do not mind helping you.
No.
At all.
And I'll even go one step past that. Don't get so locked in on it has to be someone in your field. There are huge producers out there.
Yes.
Michael Burt, he'll tell you, is a small town guy, came up from Woodbury. Look at Belinda Arender,
yes.
Mississippi girl, setting national records in mortgages. You can learn from anyone that is pulling out those kind of success stories. So maybe you need a fresh set of eyes outside of your vocation field. Maybe you don't need to just target real estate. Maybe you need to sit in and look at some people who are knocking it out of the park and just see what tools are they using, what are they making use of that is making them so successful.
I agree totally. You could take a Belinda Arender that answers the phone 24/7.
Yeah.
That has probably some of the most hustle that I've ever seen out of anybody in any industry. And you can let her talk to you and copy that mentality, put that mentality in whatever field you're in, whether it's real estate, insurance, car sales, or whatever, and you can learn something from that. But what you definitely want to do is be open and receptive of what somebody is trying to teach you or
Yes.
tell you, and don't be bullheaded and push it away like I did for about 9 years. Believe me, Tommy has been on me and been on me and been on me, and I push it off and push it off. I'm finally doing the things that he said to do, and it's paying off. And so that's what a good mentor does. They don't give up on you. And I think we're not just, this is our 5-minute plug again, we're not just doing this to raise him up, but it's definitely what he does. He pushes you to do these things, and he does them as well. A great mentor will actually do what he's telling you to do. A mentor is not going to give you ideas or advices and not doing the same thing. I'll go back to Dan Elam. Dan Elam was always the first one in the office and the last one to leave. Dan Elam always wanted you to make 10 phone calls a day. He made 10 phone calls a day. So he didn't ask you to do anything that he didn't do. And that's why at the part of my life that he was involved, he was a great mentor to me. And then I got to come over here with GTT and just be a clown and build a brand. But it's not really being a clown, it's being authentic. It's being who I am, and that's what GTT is. I get asked this question, and Katrina probably does too. Is Tommy really like that? Or GTT really like that? This dude is like this everywhere he goes. And that I respect because he doesn't change. And Brittany Brandon will probably tell you the guy doesn't change. And so I know you could probably talk wonders. Let's just plug in for a minute. What has GTT been as far as mentorship to you and your real estate career? How's he been to you?
Honestly, it never crossed my mind to get into real estate. I was hired on as an assistant part-time, and he saw a natural ability, and he encouraged me, go get your license. This is something I think you'd be great at. And then he started investing in me, not just financially, but emotionally. How are you? And meant it, and would sit there and listen, which sit and listen with Tommy, we all know, there you go. So when someone is willing to invest in you, it's just like you were saying, they're going to see things in you that you don't see.
Sure.
So don't narrow your view down so much that you can't hear what someone sees in you.
I agree.
And something I was told when I was younger, and it has stuck with me all my life, and it's something I say all the time. Someone might be more talented than me, they're not going to outwork me. And every day, hard work is going to win.
Absolutely. Well, that's our plug for Tommy. We got about 7 or 8 minutes left, and which brings us to Matt Crane just joined, Layla Garcia, which is a dear close friend of mine who is actually the godparent to my kids. If anything ever happens to us lately, you get them. Sorry, suckers. I'm just kidding. I love my kids. So this brings us to our last part of this mentorship. And what it is I've heard Tommy say this time and time again, you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around. So, and you're probably saying, well, man, how are you using this in real estate? Because if you're hanging out with lazy people that aren't producing, chances are, guess what you're not doing? You're not producing. If you're hanging out with people that don't push you and make you better, then guess what? You're probably not getting any better. So what you need to look at is look at the 5 people you spend the most time with on a weekly basis. I'm not saying you get rid of them. I'm not saying you let them go. But if you depends on what direction you want to go in life. And then you need to examine those relationships. I'm a firm believer you need to hang out with somebody better than you, somebody on your level, and you need to bring somebody up at the same time. So let me use the Garcias. Mike and Layla are great friends of mine who are on a level that I can talk to, I can be honest with, and they're thriving. And so I want to be around thriving people. I have a builder whose name is Kyle Hunt. He is pushing himself to go outside the box and be different and do something that nobody's doing right now. And we're building property on acreage lots. And so I choose those people. My wife is one of my best friends and probably my hardest critic. But she pushes me, and she's always, when you come home and you're beat up, she'll tell me how great I am. And so it's wonderful that when I'm down, she pulls me up. And then you have a friend, a buddy of mine like Meeks that gets on here that regardless of what I'm in, he's got you back. Exactly. And so that's just a little group and a little thing about me. Now, Tommy's got some pretty powerful suckers around him. Got to talk, he's hanging out with Grant Cardone, though. But what I've seen with Tommy is Tommy continues to rise. And as he rises, because his friends are rising. And what he's doing with us is we're all coming up with him.
Right.
And so I think everybody in your life, in your sphere, you need to find 5 people that challenge you, push you, make you better, and then not to mention you do the same for them.
Right.
What's your thoughts on that, Katrina?
I couldn't agree more. It is amazing to watch how your life will change and elevate at such a rapid pace. I said something to someone just the other day that they have no clue how much it took for Tommy to step up and create hashtag GTT when people who are very dear to him and love him told him, no, this is stupid. You're ruining yourself. And he believed in it when no one else did. And look where it's at.
Hey, this is our 5-minute plug.
Yes, we want to make sure to like, share, comment, because you could win the Allion Main gift card. Weatherman will be picking that tomorrow with the storm.
That's right. Kevin King, a great friend of mine I grew up with from high school, wonderful guy. Charlie Davison, a new guy that may be joining us in this field. Charlie Davison, I'm sorry, the wrong one. So a good friend of ours that eats breakfast with us every morning. So Charlie, we want to give you a shout out to you. Kevin King, definitely thank you for joining in. Like and share. We're going to be drawing for a Allion Main gift card. So Katrina hit on something very close, and this is not, I promise you, GTT didn't tell us to plug him. But when a guy invests in you and he's your mentor and he cares about you, you obviously want to say good things about him, and you always want to pull out why he's not here to let him know that he's definitely missed and that he definitely made an impact on all of our lives. What the guy has is perseverance, and he doesn't have a fear to be different. He doesn't have a fear to take chances. He doesn't have a fear to ask people what their opinion is. Believe me, I've heard him get shot down several times again, but he just listens and he continues to go forward. And so what you're starting to see now is he set a trend. And I don't know if any of you noticed, but he is consistent. He's hired Kathleen. He's hired somebody to continue to do things. Katrina that runs our office. Lisa that does all of our files. So he is very consistent of being great. And what happens is now other people are starting to do these things, but guess what happens? You can only be the first ones.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. There's a lot to be said for being the first one to make a splash in a pool.
Hey, he made a big splash. I mean, shoot, he's got a freaking car with his name on it. Hey, his head is, look, he's watching us. You know, the guy's right over our shoulder.
And our favorite title company, Amy Kane, has just joined in.
Woo, I'll let you talk about Amy. That's a girl.
Amy, you are my girl. She is
Absolutely.
absolutely amazing. Amy has done some rock star work, pulled together some things. I have had her step in on a couple of files 2 and 3 days before closing and pull them out of the ditch.
Make him happy.
And make it happen. So, Amy, we sure appreciate you around here. We couldn't do it without you, as the great GTT always says, and sure don't want to try. Thanks for all you do.
Absolutely. One of the things that we'll end up on this, and I'll talk and give it over to Katrina, one of the things as far as a mentor will tell you to do, one of the guys that told me the very first time I got into real estate is find a great lender, find a great title company, and get networked with a group of realtors. That I didn't realize how powerful those statements were. If you have those, you have no choice but to be successful.
Exactly.
And that's what a great guy told me, who was very successful in real estate, and is probably one of the #1 guys in Rutherford County right now. And it definitely is still to this day, when somebody asks me what I do, I said, find you a good lender, find you a good title company, and find you about 5 or 6 realtors and start networking with them. And so that way you can feed off each other, and then you can build something that way.
And don't be afraid. It's really hard so when someone steps into your shadow, or when I stepped into Tommy's, not to let this huge umbrella of contacts, because even before it was hashtag GTT, Tommy was still massive. He's been here his whole life. He knows everybody. There's nobody that's going to come in that he doesn't know. So it's really hard to not feel a little overshadowed with that. But you know, it's real easy. You just step up and you go, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I believe. Coach Burt calls it what? EOS.
Oh, EOS, exactly right.
Have your EOS. So don't be afraid to step up and go, hey, I want your business. I'm going to represent you well, and I want to work on this relationship. Let's do it.
Tommy has a psychology major, and he said, shut up about him. So, hey, big guy, you let us lead the show. We're talking about mentorship. I can't help but you've impacted our life. You just got to take these compliments, and it really is. You really do impact us. Not only that, there's a lot of people. And Tommy, if he was here, he would tell you about everybody that impacted his life. So, guys, we've been going about 31 minutes. We definitely don't want to continue to bore you. But hey, it was an honor to fill in. Big
chair.
I think I like it over here.
Has Tommy seen enough to make a decision for you to be the host of?
I think the audience has pretty much already said
We're
it.
over 500 views right now, so
So
the
that's
Hey.
what
numbers
I'm
are rolling
saying.
in.
Man, come on,
That's what I'm
GTT.
saying.
Hey, what happens, baby? You leave the chair open, and look here. Hey, we probably just took your spot.
I think it's the dual baby blues.
I think so.
that did it.
Hey, double baby blues.
Double baby blues. You can't miss that.
So guys, we definitely want to talk about. Hey, I'm gonna let Katrina have what we're going what's going on tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night we've got Coach Bert's big celebration at his house.
Friday night.
Friday night?
Tomorrow night, straight from the gut. Lord, folks, there is no telling what is going to happen. That is coming.
I want to know what's in the
Miami.
cup.
And hashtag what's in the cup.
Hey, hashtag what's in the cup.
There you
What's in the
go.
cup? Hey, Big Adam Wright, GTT's best friend, who every morning interrupts our breakfast as he walks in. So he's on the phone with Adam Wright every morning. Brittany Renee, thank you so much for commenting. Shane Ray, all of our sponsors. Katrina, the Magnificent Storm. Libby, Kathleen, GTT, thank you for giving us the opportunity. Guys, have a great time in Miami. Man, I hope it's everything you expect it to be. You and Brittany have a wonderful time, and we will see you on Friday. And guys, from the studio up here at GTT Enterprises, we thank you very much for watching. See you soon.
See y'all soon.